Right, let's move on to the fun stuff. Popular TEFL locations. So many of you may have heard of TEFL being associated with countries such as Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, and Malaysia. These are almost what we would consider like your classic TEFL locations, and they are thriving. It's an incredible destination to go to teach. There are job offers posted every day. We're going to be taking a look at them shortly. And it's just a really, really great place to teach. I've seen in the results that came through based on the question that we asked you when signing up for this, a lot of people are interested in teaching in this part of the world, and that is something that we can definitely help you with. Europe, again, another really popular spot when it comes to TEFL. A lot of people don't want to go as far away from home. So Europe is a fantastic option for people living in the UK, as you're only a couple of hours away on a cheap Ryanair flight. And that enables you to work in some incredible places like Spain, Italy, Czech Republic, Poland, Portugal, Turkey, which I know is technically half Asia, half Europe, but for the purpose of this, we put it in the Europe category. Amazing destinations, and you're not just working in places like schools or language institutes. In Europe, it's very, very common to find jobs at summer camps. So this kind of ties back into what I was saying about TEFL being a qualification that you can use throughout your life. It's also something that you can use just during the summer. I know that a lot of you, or most of you, in fact, are studying at university. Summer's coming up, and you'll be able to find jobs in Spain, in Italy, 2 or 3 months. Some of them as little as 4 weeks. Opportunities to go and work as a TEFL teacher in summer camps with kids from all around the world. I haven't done this, but I know a lot of people that have done this, and they say it's an incredible experience and can be quite well paid depending on the country that you go to work in. Moving on to Latin America, this is the continent that I feel I can speak about for hours and hours and hours, but I will save you that. Mexico, Colombia, Peru, Ecuador, Costa Rica, Brazil, popular spots. There are other countries as well, of course, like Uruguay, Argentina, Paraguay, and lots of the countries in Central America. This has been kind of off the radar in the TEFL world, but during the last 5 to 10 years, it's really, really picked up. Here in Colombia, there are so many job offers that you wouldn't know what to do with them. You really have the luxury of being able to pick and choose. And these are exciting countries to live in. They are not so touristy in compared to some of the other places that I've already mentioned, which means if you're a bit more of an adventurer or you want something a bit more of an immersive experience, Latin America is an incredible place to go and work, to teach, and to explore. And that's what I've done. I fell in love with the place. And as I said, I've been here 7 years and absolutely no plan to leave. Moving on to the Middle East, again, an area of the world not so heavily associated with TEFL, but probably one of the best, well paid regions when it comes to TEFL, particularly in countries like the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Oman, Kuwait, and Bahrain. In these countries, you can find incredibly well paid jobs and very generous packages. We're going to be looking at that in a few moments' time, but it's something to keep on your radar when it comes to plans for after graduating, because if you're looking to make money, the Middle East is a fantastic place to do this. Finally, East Asia, Japan, China, South Korea, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Mongolia. Japan and China are two really well established TEFL destinations. Same goes for South Korea and Taiwan. Hong Kong, since it came back under Chinese rule, again has really picked up. Mongolia is a slightly new kid on the block, but again, it's growing very fast in terms of the number of TEFL teachers and the number of job offers that are out there. A fascinating part of the world. One of the great things is one certificate, and it enables you to go and experience these incredibly diverse, fascinating, and in some cases, ancient cultures. And if we just take a look all of this that we've got going on here. As I said, it's one qualification. You take one course, one time in your life, and then all of this is opened up and available to you. There are no restrictions. There is not a Middle East TEFL or a Europe TEFL. TEFL is an international qualification, meaning that you can work 1 year in Thailand. And then if you fancy making some extra cash, head on over to the UAE. And then when you feel like you want an adventure, come and say hello to me in Colombia. So all of that's out there. Hopefully, this is the part where your brain really starts to get into gear. This is the best bit about TEFL, just looking at a world map and thinking, all of that is available to me. It's something that gives me a lot of security here in Colombia, because I know if I need to make some extra money, I can just apply, as I said, to a place in the Middle East. Or if my wife and I fancy a bit of a change and a culture shock, maybe I'll accept a job in China or Japan just to see something different.